It looks like Cygames just activated groundwork because they have revealed the schedule for October, and boy oh boy is the acceleration real. Today we're going to go over everything happening in October because there's actually more to the month than just what was shown off in that schedule, as there are a few other neat things happening this month which will be giving us some cool freebies like some SSR support cards and even a 3-star Uma ticket. The first events have already started, and one of them is the transfer request event. Now, don't get fooled by the wording of this event. It says that you can transfer your veteran Umas to other trainers for rewards, but this is not you giving your Umas to other players. It is essentially just a regular transfer function that you would use when you want to discard a trained Uma, or which has been lovingly called the glue feature. But if you transfer a specific Uma that meets certain requirements, then you will earn some bonus rewards. The other event that's already started now is the trainer mission event, which is simply just a set of missions that you can complete for some nice rewards. Some very nice rewards actually. This involves doing missions such as completing careers while having certain gold skills like Professor of Curvature, or completing careers with certain epithets, like reaching 1200 speed, or getting your power facility to level 5, or winning the Triple Tiara, which is the Oka Show, the Japanese Oaks, and the Shuka Show. But by doing all of these missions, you will earn a total of 300,000 monies, 130,000 SP, 300 carats, and most importantly, a 2-star Uma ticket and a 3-star Uma ticket. These are of course for the Make Debut banners, so you can use them right away as their pool is kind of fixed to the original banner. At the same time as these events though, are the new banners for Fuji Kisuki and the support cards Meijiro Ryan and Meijiro Arden. As for whether you should be pulling on these banners, just remember that for all banners moving forward now, there is an opportunity cost, and that is because we will likely be getting AoHaru, and so the Raishawa and Riko Kashimoto banner in early November. And if you're lacking some good support cards, that banner will be a very good one to potentially pull on. So spending any pulls before this means that you'll have less for that banner. And now the reason why you would want to save for that Riko and Rice banner is because it is essentially like the new scenarios version of that Super Creek and Tazuna banner that we had not too long ago. Riko, just like Tazuna, helps the rest of your support deck be stronger by lowering the failure rate and energy consumption when you train with her. But also, she gives a pretty good race bonus and fan count. And in AoHaru scenario, you will be racing more often than in the UAA finale. And with just one extra copy of Riko for her Limit Break 1, she also gets a 5% training effectiveness, which is pretty strong all things considered. Now, not only does she help reduce the energy it takes to train, when you train with her, she also gives some more stats too. Meanwhile, the Raishawa power card, just like Super Creek, offers Swing Maestro with good stat growth in power, obviously, while also providing some bonus stamina too when training. Now, yes, you might look at these support cards and say, but they're only going to be relevant for, X amount of time until the new scenario or until they get power crept. But to be fair though, that is still saying a lot more about those cards than what can be said about some other support cards, when it comes to meta relevance at least. So, with all of that being said, as for the Meijiro Ryan and Meijiro Arden support banner, that is unfortunately pretty much a skip. There's nothing really valuable you can get from those banners. As for the Fuji Kisuki banner though, of course, this will be the same for all Uma recommendations, but if you like Fuji Kisuki, then go for her. It's much more important that you get your favorite Uma than going for the meta Uma, because the 200 pulls that you potentially have to spend on that meta Uma will not make themselves back. But otherwise though, Fuji Kisuki is a specialized mile pace chaser with a unique very similar to Ogiri cap. Although she isn't as flexible as Ogiri when it comes to switching her around to different types of running, she does do very well at the one job she is given, which is mile races. Next up on the 7th October is the Gold City banner. Now, you can think of Gold City as like another Grass Wonder, since she has a similar aptitudes being a late surger for miles and potentially even mediums and longs. And if you put some extra work in, Gold City can even run on dirt. Her Potential 5 skill also gives the same on your left acceleration skill that Grass Wonder has. Alongside the Gold City banner is the Nishino Flower and the Vodka Support banner, which you can also safely skip as these are nothing new. And then of course, Cancer Cup will be announced after this, which you are all hopefully prepared for, so I won't go into detail for that here. But what is interesting is that a week or two into October, there will be a new main story being released. And from watching this main story, you'll be able to get a free Narita Brian SSR speed card, which you can then buy more copies of from the club shop. Her card unfortunately does not have any mood effect increases, but she is still a better stat stick than nothing if you've been struggling for speed cards. Up next on October 14th is the big one, and that is the summer event and summer banners, which means Summer Maruzensky. Obviously, as you've probably heard by now, when it comes to meta Umas, Maruzensky is a very strong frontrunner. Although, once Valentine's Mihono Bourbon does come around, Maruzensky does get outshone a little bit. But still, she'll still be very good. This is mainly because of Maruzensky's unique skill, which sounds like it has a very specific activation window of being in front and also activating a stamina recovery skill, but then you realize that she also gets the 777's recovery skill innately, which triggers of course when there is 777 meters left, which is almost always an ideal point in the race. But now, compare that to say something like Christmas Ogre, who for the most part has a similar type of activation trigger, needing 3 stamina recovery skills in total, but after which her unique will give her a speed, acceleration, and even more recovery. Or compare that to Valentine's Bourbon, who innately gets groundwork, focus, and frontrunner savvy, which is like most of the groundwork combo that everyone has been struggling to get themselves for the current cup. All 3 of these Umas are of course going to be very strong, but their banners will be somewhat pretty close together, so if you have to spend a full spark on Summer Maruzensky, that likely means that you'll be sacrificing your chances at a guarantee for Christmas Ogre or Mihono Bourbon. So you'll likely have to make a choice on who you want to pull for. And there is of course that same reminder about the Raishawa and Riko Kashimoto support banner next month. Now, one thing to consider is that because Umas are not limited and they are added into the standard pool once their banner ends, although the odds are incredibly low, there technically speaking is a chance that if you were to say skip the Maruzensky banner now and then save up for, let's say, the Christmas Ogre banner, you could have Summer Maruzensky appear randomly during those pulls later on. So it'll be up to you to decide on which meta Uma you want if that is what you're going for. Otherwise, pull for her because she looks hot in a bikini. And by the way, Special Week is also here too. As for the support cards, Sweep Tosho and Winning Ticket, these will also be skippable because in an ideal world, you won't be using the SSR Sweep Tosho as you should be having a Maximum Break SR version of her instead. And as for the Winning Ticket stamina card, it's not very good. She doesn't have specialty priority or mood bonus or a training bonus, so no increases on her stat gains unfortunately. However, during summer at least we will be getting a free SSR Power Daiwa Scarlet support card though, so that'll be very nice. Next up on the 21st is my personal banner of choice, and that is Meisho Doto. You should pull for her. She's adorable. Forget about any other guidance that I just gave. Forget about Summer Maruzensky. Just pull for Doto. But in all seriousness though, Meisho Doto is a pace chaser built for medium and long races. Her unique skill is similar to El Condor Pasa's, where you'll get speed and acceleration when overtaking somebody on a corner late race. It's a bit of a gamble on whether or not she will actually activate the skill, as that point in the race is probably also where everybody else is speeding up, so it becomes difficult to overtake. And even then, if it does activate, it's a gamble on whether or not it will actually help her win the race. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, Uma Musume is a gambling game after all, so why not go all in? Alongside Doto is the Special Week and Tokai Tear support banner, which once again is nothing new when it comes to supports, so this can also be skipped. On the 26th of October though, we start the half anniversary celebrations with the first of 3 sets of missions. The first part of these missions will reward carrots and 3 trainee scout tickets. However, something of note is that as for the second and third parts of these missions, which will be carrying over into November, the second set will give us a free Stamina SSR Silent Suzuka support card, and the third set of missions, which will be coinciding with the new AoHaru scenario, since some of the missions will require scores or career runs in AoHaru, the third set of missions will reward us with an SSR support card selector ticket, something that I'm sure everyone will be dying to get their hands on. At the same time though, a new set of legend races will start on the 26th. Notably, one of the races will be against Meijiro Ryan. So with some star pieces and assuming that you've pulled 1 copy of her already, getting Ryan to 3-star is a very nice bonus, because then you can have your own Ryan to use as a parent to inherit Pump Some Iron, which is a very strong acceleration skill for late surges and end closes. And lastly, on the 30th of October is the Eishin Flash Uma banner, who is a pretty typical late surger for medium and long distances, although unfortunately she doesn't have many strong innate acceleration skills in her kit. But speaking of late acceleration though, there will also be the Nice Nature SSR banner at the same time. Now, this Nice Nature card you could potentially pull for, especially if you're trying to build up some late surges pretty often. Again, that's also assuming that you're willing to sacrifice those pulls that could have gone towards other banners. Nice Nature gives the On Your Left skill, which is a much better source than the Guts Winning Ticket support card. And as a wit card, she's also, very useful too. Of course, giving a bit of speed when you train wit, and then also increasing wit and skill points so that you can actually activate those skills that you buy. But be warned though that, as with most support cards, Nice Nature only really gets good, quote unquote, in terms of stats at least, at higher limit breaks where she gets the bigger race bonus and wit bonuses. But even if you just get only a single copy of her, At least that will be a good source of on your left for your late surges. Otherwise, those are all of the banners and events that you can expect in the month of October. It's a pretty stacked month, so hopefully we can all plan our pulls wisely and get everything that we want. What are you looking forward to the most this month? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're there, you should also leave a like and also subscribe too. But otherwise, until next time, bye bye!